Is anybody out there? Anybody out there? Hey everyone, California, Sunday, 21st of December 2025. Don't blame me, it's iPhone. Trying to show a wider view. Look at this. This thing is so limited. I have two GoPros. Camera sucks. It would have been awesome if I wish there was a really nice camera that doesn't overheat, that really has a nice wide stabilized videos. Let's see, I don't know why it should open. Let's see, that's the max. Yeah. And then I try to do this, and then it's like, rotate your phone. Come on, YouTube. So, better, isn't it? Yeah, that's better, I guess. How's everybody doing, guys? Como vão todos? Como estão todos? You all know I speak 3 languages in my channel. So, beautiful Sunday. California landscape. Look at this. December 21st, 2025. Hi. I see somebody saying hi. I'm going to reply as hi. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say names because it's hard with the sun reflection. It's hard on the phone, and my phone also has a privacy screen protector, which makes the screen darker depending on the position that the phone is set up. So you don't see, you're not able to see clearly, and depending on how the phone, how you look at it on the phone, like if you look on the side of the phone, it's totally dark. You don't see anything. It's made with the purpose of only the person who's using the phone to see the screen. So any kind of not direct to your eyes, see it clearly. So I'm just explaining, when somebody says hi, if I don't say your name, it's because I'm not able to read it. And also I'm driving, so I can't really names, but I say hi to everybody in general. Welcome to the channel. Mi casa, su casa. If you speak Spanish or Portuguese, I do speak Spanish and Portuguese. If you're from Brazil, I am from Brazil myself. If you're from Colombia, I used to travel to Colombia a lot, so I know Colombia almost better than Brazil. In the United States, I know everywhere in the United States. That's not a place in the United States that I haven't been, except Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Hawaii, and Alaska. Those are the only places that I haven't been in the United States. I wish you all I'm not saying goodbye, just be nice, polite. Wishing you all a wonderful Sunday for you and your families. I hope you all have a beautiful day no matter where you are. Hope you all have a blessed day. And let's travel. You're welcome to my channel anytime. If you like, please, if you can, please like, subscribe. It'll help the channel grow. Thank you so much. Le agradezco mucho. Se apriete el botoncito de like y subscribe. Inscríbanse al canal. Yo hablo acá 3 idiomas: portugués, inglés y español. Hoy, domingo 21 de diciembre, casi Navidad, almost Christmas. I wish you all happy holidays to you and your families. God bless you all. Peace. That's the most important. Actually, the most important is health, money, peace. It's the combo. Money without health ain't nothing. Health without money. And if you have both but you have no peace, life sucks the same way. So it's good to have the three: money, prosperity, health, so you can have energy and enjoy your life, especially with friends and family, and peace. This is, again, California. I'm coming from Arkansas. Arkansas. And I deliver in California, somewhere in California. I'm 230 miles from Portersville, California. I'll be delivering around 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Been doing it for between 12 and 13 years. So it's a little over 12 years. My first 6 years was with FedEx, custom critical as owner operator, then Landstar, then some other small companies out there. So I'm not a newbie. Don't know it all. But my mind is open to learn and learn and learn. You never know it all. There's always room to learn something else. The minute you think you know it all, you become the most ignorant person out there. Because when you say, oh, I know it all, right? No, you don't. I don't care what you think. You don't. You don't know it all. Nobody does. There's always room to learn something. I usually say when you act like you know everything, it's when you put a limit to so much more you could learn. Life is always a surprise. There's always something coming up that he thought that he knew. Always something new. And it's nice. It's nice to learn things. It's nice to accumulate knowledge. California is 55 miles per hour for trucks. Anything hauling a trailer, anything pulling a trailer. It's not necessarily 18-wheelers. Anything pulling a trailer, it's 55 miles per hour limit. Regular cars, 75. Hey, hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Maybe in some other country, I don't know. Good evening. What a beautiful day for a barbecue, huh? Those nice ribs. Ah, that's so nice. I could use some. I could use some nice ribs. Delicious. Da, 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 da. Guys, the GoPro is awesome. It has few negative that I wish it was better, because I like GoPro so much that what I like about GoPro is like the rugged quality of product. When I say quality of product, I'm talking about the physical GoPro, the device, the quality, how they made the GoPro. But it could have been, it has so much room to grow. It has so much room to get better. Look at how beautiful this thing is. Look, that's my GoPro right there. The other one is up here. I have one on my forehead and that one. Everything you see around it, it's accessories. The case, the lens, everything. It's such a nice camera, but at the same time, they could have done so much better with the camera, such as the original lens should have been 1 inch, 1 inch, 0.3, 1 inch, 0.5, naturally, originally, from the manufacturer. So that way, the camera would have been so much better at dark scenarios, at dark areas. You know, when it started becoming dark, the camera would have been so much better when you film it in dark. The other thing, the connection, the Bluetooth, rich, you know, it's sometimes it takes so much tries effort in order for you to connect this camera with the other device, like with the app, with the quick app. I mean, this is century 21st. Technology is, see, already shut off. See, I just put it to charger, shut off. And that reminds me something else. You put it to charge, the camera overheats. Instead of shutting off, and keeping the juice, like the battery, right, 100%. Do you know what it does? It stops charging because it got overheated, and it drains the battery. Because instead of staying shut down, it turns on automatically, and it drains the battery because it stopped charging because of the heat, right? So and then it stopped consuming the juice. Next thing you know, you think your camera is charged, and the camera is not charged. It's 5%, 3%, 8% battery, even though you had it there for a while, because it charges, it gets hot, stays on eating the battery. Next thing you know, it's you try to use it, you had that for so long, thinking it was going to be charged when you pick it up, and the thing is totally drained. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. What else that I don't like? Oh, you hook it up, like now, I'm on my iPhone, which sucks to do YouTube videos. Because the GoPro has such better video quality. It's wider, it shows you wider video, scenario, much better, right? But the GoPro, the phone, like now, I'm able to see your comments. But the GoPro, for some reason, it's hard to say if it's the quick app or if it's the GoPro itself. What is it that you hook up the GoPro and you put it on live, you start doing live videos, you got no comments. You don't see the comments. People are not able to make comments. Why? GoPro, come on. It's gotta be the camera. Because if it was YouTube, that means that the comments would not work on either device. If it's working on a phone, it's got nothing to do with YouTube. So it's the GoPro. It's either the camera itself or it's the app. I'm gonna check and see if there are other apps other than Quick App that you can link your GoPro to it and do your live streaming with no issues by having comments, being to, you know what I mean, interact. Come on, you can do better than that. I already spent so much. This camera, it's for over $1,000 because that's not the original lens. It's got the whatever module with the accessories that you can turn that camera. It's got the one that I don't know how to explain it. The quick adapter mountain with the 360 degrees that you turn the camera whatever direction you want. But there are a few things. This camera has so much potential to be the number one action camera out there with no defects, with no issues. Come on, GoPro, listen to your customers, listen to your whatever. Do better than this. It's such a beautiful camera, but so much minor things that I think they, you know, it doesn't. I don't think it would cost them that much to fix these issues that I'm talking about. Bring the camera with 1.3, 1.5 lens, original lens. It's not the lens. It's, I don't know what's called. It's on the camera itself. I'm not a professional cameraman, so I don't know what's called. But I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's where you connect the accessory lenses. You know what I mean? That part of the camera. I don't know what that's called. the viewer, whatever, 1.3, 1.5 inch. So it's better. The camera will be much better on darker scenarios and better connectivity with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi's. And what else? The issue with the overheat. Shame on you, GoPro. You can do much better than that. In my opinion, the camera battery should last at least 3 hours. In my opinion, the camera battery should last at least 3 hours with no issues. You should not have issues with if it, when it start getting dark. It shouldn't be that bad. Anyways. What I'm gonna do later on, maybe I'll do it here in California, because California has such a nice landscape, right? California is beautiful. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a, even though I don't know if I can get in trouble for that. I don't think so, but I'm gonna put the GoPro 9 feet poles. What is it called? Poles. In order to hold the camera on the front bumper. Don't worry, it'll be safe. I won't do it if it wouldn't be 100% safe. It's safe. The pole itself, it's nice quality. It's not gonna break. Nothing's gonna happen with the wind. And the way that I'm gonna secure it, I have a special. It's not a tape. It's what they use for roofs. When you start having leaks on your roofs, at Lowe's or Home Depot, they have those, I don't know, it's like a shingle type of thing. It's not a shingle either. I guess I gotta call it tape. I don't know what's the name for it. But anyways, it glues to the shingles. So that way you're not gonna have leaks anymore. And the glue is such strong glue that it really glues to it. And I'm gonna attach that to the front bumper, not the bumper itself, but the bumper deer guard thing. And that's gonna hold that poles. So I'll attach my camera, and the camera is going to be facing the truck. It's going to be facing the truck, so I'll be filming the whole truck and whatever traffic is coming to pass me, and whatever areas I'm driving. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be nice. I don't think I'll get in trouble for that. I don't think because it's not going to increase the length of the truck, so they're not going to be able to say, "Oh, this is oversized because you extended the size of the truck with what? With 1 inch camera." But I'm going to put an inside of the bump of the deer guard rail. That way is not exceeding, even though it doesn't make any sense, it's not exceeding the length of the truck and trailer. I'll see what I do. I'm waiting. I think I'm gonna wait until I approach, but I'm delivering. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go through Los Angeles. I didn't check the route. I know this place, well, it's telling me to get off. It's telling me to get off I-40 in 35 miles. So I don't know if it's going to be like sideways with Los Angeles. People have no patience. Give truckers time, man. When truck passes another truck, he's gonna first pass safely if he's a good driver, and after a certain distance from whatever he's passing, then he's gonna change lanes. Give him a couple minutes. But yeah, I gotta figure out a way that when I make my videos, I want like it is right now, right? It's a raw video. I'm not doing any editing to the video. I try to have my daughter helping me out, but it seems like she doesn't want to do this. And I don't like to be begging nobody to do anything for me. I hate to be like, oh, do this for me, and blah, blah, blah. And then the person doesn't do it. Then you ask it again and ask it again. If she wants to do it, do it. If not, not. I don't beg anybody and sugarcoat it. No, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to educate her for the future. And technology, anything related to technology these days is the future. Is the future. Anything related to medical technology is the future. She could make money doing editing if she becomes pro, if she becomes professional with this, working from her house. But I don't know. Some people need to suffer in life in order to learn how to live. You cannot live somebody else's life. I already discussed this with my daughter. She's very smart, and I already talked to her about so many things and so much. And I'm tired of it. I'm not gonna keep. No, I'm not. I want her well-being, and this is one of the things that she could learn. And if she becomes good at it, she could make money with it. There's money in it. And she's going to go to university, I believe, next year. But honestly, I don't want to be begging for it. And talking like this, it's like you don't know exactly the background, everything else that went through, everything else that I already discussed, the way I talked to her, the open her eyes for the future, like, you know what I mean? Explaining it to her that no one else can do it for her. She needs to become independent. She needs to not dependent on me or her mom or boyfriend or husband or anybody. I keep talking to her to become a very independent woman, have her own money, have her own nice cars, have her own nice homes. Not that I don't want to do for her, it's that I want her to be prepared. I want her to be, if if something happens to me today, she knows what to do. She's a, you know what I mean? That's the kind of conversation that I always have with my daughter. I keep telling her so many kids in third world countries that takes 3-4 hours at a boat. And Brazil is not just Amazon is not just jungle, but that is the part of Brazil that there are a lot of poor people. That the kids, they do so much, and they become lawyers, they become doctors, they become engineers, they become, because of their effort, because of what they wanted to be in life. And these kids, they don't have much. And I try to tell my daughter, she has everything. She has everything. She has money every month. She has her house, you know what I mean? She has a roof that she sleeps under. Very nice home, by the way. Her grandparents on both sides, my family side, her mom's side, we all have farms. Like, nice, you know what I mean? And not that we are rich and have money. Look what I'm doing, driving trucks. But what I'm trying to say, like farmers over here, have a decent life, right? Have a decent life. But it's not hers. She needs to build her own future. And how would she do that? It's picking whatever, not only what she likes, because that doesn't exist, that you're only going to do what you like. Hell no. Life is not about doing whatever you like. You got to be prepared for whatever. I think I like to live inside of a metal box 24/7, away from my family. I don't have a life. I live inside of a truck 24/7. I don't have a house. I live on the road, not like most drivers that goes on every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. Spends Christmas, spends New Year's, spends Thanksgiving with their families. I'm not that guy. Christmas, I'm here working. New Year's, I'm here working. My birthday, I'm here working. Thanksgiving, I'm here working. And then my daughter's going to be lazy about editing a video. That's why I say that I'm old-fashioned. I don't accept that. As I told her, I said, I don't want you to become rich. I don't want you to prosper in life because I'm interested in what you're going to become financial wise so I can take advantage of. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is to see my daughter become independent. And when I say that, it's not because I want her to become independent, because I don't want the responsibility of helping her out financially. It's not that. It has nothing to do with that. I help so many people out of my family. I'm not going to help my daughter. It's not that. It's that I want her to become independent so she doesn't need to be humiliated like I've been in my life. I want her to become independent so no man, no boyfriend, no husband, no assholes is going to treat my daughter however they want to treat, because she depends financially on them. I don't want that. And I keep telling her that. I keep telling her that. Not only once, not only twice, not only 3 times. I've been telling her that. She's only 18. She became 18 now. And I keep telling her that. I keep telling her, become independent. So you don't need to depend on no this planet. You don't need to depend on your father. You don't need to depend on your mother. You don't need to depend on boyfriends. No depending on husbands. You have your own money, because money is important. Money is not everything, but it is important. Because of money, I'm sacrificing my life inside of a metal box, 24/7, working night and day. But you think I do this because I love the road? Because I love the new models, the new truck models? Hell no. Give a crap about trucks. I do this because of money. And my fault. My fault. Because I could have done so much better with my life. It's a job. Don't get me wrong, it's a job, it's paying the bills. But don't ask me to love it. I don't. It's not a life. You're constantly being mistreated. Nobody cares about truckers. Everyone wants to step on our necks. We transport in the world. The nice cars that you pass us, everything you touch is moved by a trucker. Or do you go to the port, to the airplane, to the airport, and pick up your goods? Is that how you get your stuff in your fridge? You think when you go to an AutoZone, Auto Parts, Walmart, Best Buy, whatever you go to get your goods, you think that just a magician just put them in there? No, everything you thought you came from a trucker. But we have no life, man. Everywhere you see trucks, there's somebody blaming a trucker for something. People do stupid crap on the road with these four-wheelers. And everyone, when you see an accident and you see a tractor trailer involved, it's the mentality already crucifying, already judging the truck, already pointing fingers at the trucker before knowing what exactly happened. A trucker has no place to stop. We work 11 hours, 14 hours, around 4:30 p.m., 16:30. you already have no place to park. That is, you drive miles and miles and miles and miles in these highways, and there's no rest areas. When there is a rest area, you put in a GPS looking for a rest area so you can stop to use a restroom. When you do find one, most of the times when you get to it, then you stop at 2, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 1 in the morning, dying to use a restroom after driving so many hours. And you stop at the rest area, you think you find a parking space? Then you need to stop so-called illegally at the side of a ramp or whatever, and people look at that moron. He don't know it. What made us stop there? Why we did stop there? Even truckers, one blame one another. Ignorance. I keep showing it to my sisters and my daughter and everyone that I don't talk to many people, and so they have an idea. When I stop at truck stops and I'm 300, 400 feet or more from the store, and I show them, I say, see how much I have to walk to use a restroom. Sometimes with snow up to your knees, minus 20, minus 15, minus 10. When you're trying to, when you can, when you're not driving all night, stop at 1 or 2 in the morning, or midnight, 11, whatever have you. So let's say you stop at 11, 2300, and at that time you're not feeling like you need to use a restroom. So you take your clothing off, go to sleep. Around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you're dying to use a restroom. Then you have to walk out 300, 400 feet on the cold. First, you put so many jackets. See the freight line? That's why I hate freight liners. See, there's nothing on the road, man. The regular bumps. And this truck, look at this. This truck makes you so tired. When you finish your shift with the freight liner, it's like a freaking bobcat skid steer with on gravel, on the hot blacktop, concrete floor, whatever. The truck is so uncomfortable. Uncomfortable, noisy. Fuck freight liner, freight shake. Brand new. It's not because it's an old truck, no, it's because it's freight liner. Hate it. But a good truck, Volvo. My only issue with Volvo is the parts and it's a little more expensive to maintain a Volvo because it's not a domestic truck. But you can't compare a Volvo to a Freightliner, man. Volvo is the Mercedes of the road. It's a Cadillac of the road. Plus the storage and the Freightliners, you try to put your stuff instead of the storage compartments. It's like the storage is pushing your stuff out. I wish the Volvo didn't have the electric issues that it does, like DAF issues because of the sensors, that kind of crap. Derating because of the. I know all these trucks. I know what I'm talking about. I know the good things with the Volvos, but I know the great things with the Volvos, but I know the crappy shit with the Volvos as well. And the Freightliners, I like the fact that you don't have that many sensor issues as you have with the Volvos. That's the only thing that I like with the Freightliners. But honestly, Even with the Volvo have and the electric issues like the sensors and blah blah blah, I still rather to have a Volvo. If I'm buying my truck, I was thinking with the Freightliner because of these issues. But honestly, I can't stand the Freightliner. Can't stand this truck. This truck is like in the ring, in a box ring. They're like punching you constantly. That's how you. It's how I feel inside of this truck. Something like this, like see, go over something like that. It's like somebody punched you. But I believe, from experience, from driving older Freightliners and newer Freightliners, they're working on it. They're working on it. It's getting better by the year. It's getting better, and I hope it'll get to a point where this truck becomes more comfortable than the Volvo, which is very hard. It's very hard to happen because the Volvos, they are more comfortable than so many cars out there. I'm not exaggerating. The Volvo trucks, they're so much comfortable than cars. They're very comfortable. Very comfortable. I'm not exaggerating. And I own all type of cars. Hondas, Nissans, Mercedes, Cadillacs, like the Cadillac CTS. I own that. Mercedes E420 or E4, yeah. So I own a lot of shit. Pickup trucks like Ford F-250s. I'm just saying what I own because so you know that I do have the knowledge, I have the experience with these cars. And the Volvos, trucks, they like as comfortable as a Mercedes-Benz car. I'm talking about comfortability. I'm not talking about luxury. Truck is like you're driving and it's like so smooth. Man, it's wonderful. When you make your turns, oh, that thing has a radius, unbelievable. And inside, like the Freightliner, it's like you're inside of a jumbo jet with the windows open. And the Volvo is so quiet. The space, like the storage space, larger, can fit so much more stuff. Especially for people, I don't think there are many drivers that do what I do, like live inside of trucks like I do. Not having a house, always inside of a truck. Yeah, the Volvo is a much better truck for me. I was thinking about getting the 2026, the VNL 860. That truck is $200,000+. It's nice, it's beautiful, but by getting a new truck, you're gonna have all the, you're gonna have at least headaches with maintenance and stuff because it's all under warranty for I don't know how long. Instead of an old truck that you have no warranty, but if the truck is in good shape, such as a 2024, 2023, if it's in good shape, those trucks, get a Volvo VNL 860, year 2000, let's say 2024, with 200 plus thousand miles, and you have that truck goes over 1 million miles, so you have another 800,000 miles to go. And it's half a price, less than a half a price, because a brand new one, you're going to pay 200 plus, 210 for a brand new VNL 860, right? The opposite of the 2024, 2023, it's probably going to cost you around 90, 80. Some people might say, oh, with 80,000, I'll buy 4 trucks. I totally agree. But the chances that you're going to have issues with a $20,000 truck versus 70,000, 80,000, you're going to be driving something older and you're spending more money to keep it. One, with the fuel. The older the truck is, you're going to spend. And fuel is the highest expensive that you have with a truck. It's not the engine, it's not the transmission, it's the fuel. You spend $3,000, $2,000 to $3,000 a week with fuel. Maybe not three. Let's say if you run 4,000 miles, let's say that truck, I usually put on the lower end, say that truck is doing 6 miles per gallon. You're gonna have to drive almost 700 gallons. 700 would be 4,200 miles. Let's do the math as 4,200 miles per week. At 6 gallons, 6 miles per gallon, which, as I said, I do the lower end just to be safe. But these trucks nowadays, they run even 8 miles per gallon. But let's do 6. So that's 700 gallons at 6 gallons per mile, 6 miles per gallon. That's 700 gallons in order to run 4,200 miles per week. 700. Let's put the fuel, because someplace going to be 390, 380 plus, 415, 450. Let's put average $4 per gallon. $4 per gallon. So 4 times 7, that's $2,800. You see, $2,800. But again, as I said, I'm doing everything on the lower. The truck does better miles per gallon. Let's do as 6 gallons per 6 miles per gallon. That's $2,800 for fuel alone for those 4,200 miles. Then you have so many other expenses. Let's say you pay $800 a week for your truck. It's $3,600 right there. Then you have IFTA. Then you have tolls. Registration is one time per year, so let's put $100. Let's put $200 a week for registration. It's not that much. It's definitely not that much. But 36, 38. Let's round it up to $4,000. Doing 4,200 miles. Let's do $4,000 expenses, including the truck payment. Oh, and then you gotta give anywhere from 12-15% to the company that's giving you the loans. 4,200 miles. Let's say you did 9,000. 12%, 9,000, that's 900, 1,080. Let's say 5,100 altogether. 5,100. You're making about $4,000 per week after all the expenses. Approximately. It's going to be more. But I did as the truck does very poorly with the fuel. In other words, that the truck burns too much fuel. Now the truck does 8 miles per gallon. No, I did have 6 miles per gallon. But we all know that the truck at least 7 is going to do it. So we're talking between 4,000 and 5,000 per week after our expenses. For you out there who's already a trucker but never been an owner-operator. I was an owner-operator before, by the way. But anyone with common sense knows how to do this math. Anybody with little trucking knowledge knows how to do the math and figure out how much they're usually going to make. And I put the per mile as around $225, $220. I didn't do $3 a mile. I didn't do $2 a mile. I did $225, $9,000. 9,000, 9,500. Especially if you have hazmat tank endorsement, or if you're driving a reefer. Everything depends. If you're just doing regular drive-in, no hazmat, right? No tanker. It's more like 7,500 gross per week, 8,000 per week gross. Hazmat, tank endorsement, you're looking at 8,000 to 10,000 per week. So you are clearing 4,000 to 5,000 per week after all expenses, paying for your truck. If you're a company driver, it depends on how much you're making per mile and how hard a worker are you, or you are. If you're doing 4,000 miles at 70 cents like I'm making, and you do 4,000 miles, just do your math. 4 times 7, that's 2,800 per week. If you're doing 75 cents, 4,000 miles, $3,000 per week. And then it's time for you to think about and see if it's worth to be a owner-operator with a good, decent, honest company, or that has the miles, or to be with the same type of company, being the owner, a company driver, making 7 to 75 cents per mile. Be very honest, it is worth to be an operator. Not only because you have the freedom to go home whenever you want, in case of people that does have homes, which is not my case. The freedom of you stopping anywhere you want, just telling the company, just as a courtesy of telling them, be nice to them, obviously. Say, hey, that week I'm gonna take a week home. It's your truck. They can't say, no, we only give you 2 days every month. No, it's my equipment. I take my time home whenever I want. Versus being a company driver and put up with their rules, which I totally agree and I understand them as well, because they have those truck payments to make. So they want to be with drivers that really want to stay on the road. I totally agree with that. I understand them. If you want to be 100% free, not 100%, because there is no such a thing as being 100% free. Anything you do, you're not 100% free. If you're doing a construction and you have commitment with your customer, that means you're not 100% free. You're not. You go work like from 8 to 4, 8 to 5, 8 to 6, and go home. If you can call that freedom, okay, then you have freedom. But remember, while you're still working on that customer's project, you don't have the freedom to say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to take a vacation and go to Cancun. Even if you have guys, people that works for you, you're not going to go to Cancun free of responsibilities. You're still going to be concerned with the job. You're going to be worried about it. You're not free. And also, that person, that customer still needs to pay you when you finish. So you depend on them. So therefore, you're not free. When you lease a truck to a company, even though it's your truck, even though you're paying to a separate company, you're not doing a lease purchase with that company, it doesn't matter. You're still tight, dependent on that company to make your payments. When they book a load for you, you're obligated to do that load because you accept the load is yours, you got to do it. Even though the truck is yours. Even though the truck is yours, you also are still waiting for them to pay you. So you're not free. You're still following orders. Not as a company driver, sometimes not 100% the same orders, but still, you're still tied to somebody's authority. And even when you have your own authority, you're still not free either, because you still depend on brokers to pay you. So there's no such a thing as being 100% independent, 100% free. I guess even when you become a doctor, like I think she wants to do it too. Although I think she's going to do something related to medicine. Even when she has her clinic, whatever, and so-called independent, like I was talking about, it's some kind of independent to certain perspective, but at the same time, still not 100% free. Because if she has appointments with her patients, she can't just, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna fly to whatever. No, I can't, because I have responsibilities. So being 100% free, 100% independent, I think it doesn't exist. Even when you own a farm, you own cows, you own horses, you own this. I think it's the closest you get to be 100% free. But still, you have the responsibility to feed those animals, to milk the cow, like take the milk every day, to treat those animals with whatever medicine and this and that. You still have responsibilities that does not allow you to do whatever you want to do anytime you want. I don't think that is, even when you're a businessman and you have managers, you have this, you have that, you have supervisors, I can't see that becoming a little closer to be 100% independent, but still, I think that's when you have more responsibilities. You have so many people dependent on you. Honestly, I don't think there's 100% independence. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. Whatever you do in life, you're going to be dependent on something. You're going to be dependent on someone. You're going to be dependent on the situation. So I guess this independent thing really doesn't exist. We all have our responsibilities and goals and things we want to reach. And if money is what you want to reach, you have your responsibilities to get there. And if money is not the issue, you already have the money, but you have other responsibilities in order to keep that money and keep multiplying that money. And even if you don't have the intention to multiply that money, you gotta have the intentions to keep that money, otherwise you lose it. So I guess no matter which way you look around, you're never gonna have 100% independence. You're always gonna be dependent on something. That's my view. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. And I don't even know where I came from talking about that. But I don't care. See, these are the Volvos. I think these are the 660s. For sure, they're not the 860s. I think they're kind of small to be 860s. But at the same time, 660s are almost the same size. But I don't know. Those they don't look like 860s. Not 860s. They could be 760s, but not 860s. But that's the shit right there. That's the shit. I was thinking about getting a Freightliner, But every time I think about getting a Freightliner and I go to these small bumps and I feel like popcorn being beat up in my body, feeling pain. I'm not exaggerating, feeling pain from these bumps. Pain over my body because of these bumps. So my truck is a Volvo. My truck always has been, always will be a Volvo. Don't care what anybody else says. Call me the flip-flop guy. I don't care. I use flip-flop anyways when I'm driving sometimes. Why am I going to be driving like now? I'm driving 1,600 miles from where I picked up the delivery. I only have my boots. I have my boots on right now. I don't because I stopped to use the restroom, and I don't go to the restrooms unless I really have to. I usually don't go to restrooms using flip-flops because it's always disgusting. Always disgusting. So I use my boots. That's why I have my boots on, because I just used the restroom a while ago and I have to use it again. So I'm not gonna take them off now. If I was not feeling like I need to stop at the restroom before I get to my delivery location, which is tomorrow at 5 a.m., I have 164 miles. I would stop at and once I use the restroom, I'm gonna take my boots off. Once I use the restroom, I know it's the last time I use the restroom until I get to my delivery location and sit there until tomorrow morning. Why am I gonna have these boots hurting my feet? I don't care what anybody says. Oh, look at that with the flip-flop. Go mind your own business. So when I use the restroom, I'm going to take my boots off because it's a lot more comfortable. These boots, they hurt your feet, and it's put that stress on you. It does, because it makes you feel tired. That's the reason why you see a lot of drivers using flip-flops, because these boots make you feel tired. All day with these goddamn boots on your feet. I think I'm going to start using sneakers. I don't like sneakers. I'm a farmer guy. I'm a cowboy. I grew up in farms. I don't like sneakers. I'm not a city boy. I'm a cowboy. I like boots. I like shoes. But what I'm saying is, wearing these heavy boots, steel toes, all the time, especially if it hurts, makes you tired. Compare it this way. It's like wearing a suit, a tie, shoes, versus using a regular stay-home clothing like shorts, sandals. That's the comparison. You feel much more relaxed, right? When you're not using suit and ties. That's the same with boots and flip-flops. That's the reason why. The people have nothing better to work other than making YouTube videos showing people using flip-flops. Find something else to talk about. Find something else to point. I understand if you're going to a ship or a receiver, please don't go with flip-flops. If you're wearing the flip-flops during the driving time, when you get to the ship or receiver, or even before, stop at a rest area, change your flip-flops, put your boots on. with your shoes on. Walk into the shipper and receiver with boots or shoes or sneakers or whatever have you. Don't walk into a shipper and receiver with flip-flops. It's like you're gonna date a beautiful girl. You're gonna date a beautiful girl with flip-flops on. You're gonna go for the first time out with the girl, and then you're gonna go with flip-flops. Come on now, have common sense. I'm starting to feel the heat. I'm starting to feel the California heat, man. And remember, we're still like in the outside California kind of feeling. We're still on the border of California kind of thing. We're not in really center California yet, but I'm already starting to feel the heat. And we're in winter. Imagine on summertime. Look at the bikes, man. Look at that. That's freedom. That's beautiful. Oh, yeah, boys. Hey, I got a motorcycle license as well. I got everything on my license. Doubles and triples, hazard and tanker, buses. I got it all. I got it all. When it comes to my license, that's what I meant. And this heat was this Freightliner doesn't have like that shade, like the window protector shade, whatever you want to call it. This truck doesn't have that. I'm looking for it, but it doesn't have it. Come on, Freightliner. And that's the bad thing about, one of the bad things about the driving west is the sun. Either on the side of your windows or on your windshield, especially if you drive it after 1500 and the sun, you hit on west and the sun is straight direct to your eyes. It hurts badly. It hurts so bad that you feel pain in your eyes. And one thing that I don't like on the Volvos also is that when you look on the Freightliner windshield, it's much narrower from the bottom, from the dashboard to the top of the windshield. Volvo has a much better opening windshield. It's much wider. From the dashboard to the top, it's much taller windshield. And when you drive into West Coast, like I said, especially in the afternoon, oh my God, the sun, it's like if it was inside of your cab. It's like if the sun was right at your windshield, burning your life. That's how it is. You see what I was talking earlier for the ones that watch my videos when I'm live. Now he's with that outside line. But see, he's coming back to the center line now. Look. I think he's going to go back to the outside line because he has that common sense in him, because he's keeping towards the outside line more than staying on the center lane. Look at the difference between him and that driver over there. That driver also, now that I talk, I think he heard me. He's going to the outside line as well. But majority of these drivers, they constantly on the center line, throwing their truck or cars over your lane, taking a foot and a half from your lane, making you go on the shoulder, or forcing you to also go over somebody else's lane. Because if they're pushing me, in order for me not to hit, I'm gonna drive over somebody else's lane as well. That's how it is. But see that guy there now? He's skipping to the outside line. Now he's coming back to the center lane because he's okay. He comes to the center lane, but by mistake, not because it's the way he drives. I can tell. He's constantly on the right side, on the outside lane. Not lane, line. Lane is the whole thing. Line is the paint. Yeah, I'm on the left lane until I pass him. You know, I'm constantly thinking of karma. You know, like, one is 55, even though over here is showing 65. What are you doing? Is that somebody on the shoulder? You just cut me off. I didn't see anybody on the shoulder. It's got to be somebody on the shoulder for him to do that. It doesn't make any sense for him to do that. Is there anybody on the shoulder? Yeah, there's somebody on the shoulder. But anyways, I'm constantly think of karma because see, I'm passing them now, right? I'm going 67 now. I'm getting a 65 limit. I try to be no more than 2 or 3 miles over the limit. Try. None of us is perfect. Sometimes you're a little over than that. And that's when I'm concerned that when I'm passing someone and I go like, oh man, imagine if I get pulled over right after I passed you. And then you go like, see, that's karma. I haven't seen the speed limit on the road in this area right here. I'm in California, it's 55. But in this area, I haven't seen, because usually they have signs showing 75 for regular cars and 55 for trucks. They usually have those signs. The sign says 75 limit. I don't even know if it says cars, but for sure it says for truckers, anything pulling a trailer. I think it says semi. Well, I'll read it. I don't remember exactly what it says, but it's something related to that. Anything. It doesn't have space to have all that written there. But you get the picture. Anything pulling a trailer, it's 55 miles per hour limit in California. But I believe there's a part of California, like here, that's 65 for everybody. My GPS was 65 now, limit, and it just changed to 55. So I believe even in this area, it's 75 for cars and 55 for anything pulling a trailer. We're gonna go across one of those signs pretty soon. You know, I think there's a part of California that's 65 all the way around for cars and trucks, or anything pulling a trailer. There's a sign. I guess that's the sign. It seems like 65 right there. Let's see. No, 55. See? It was 65 up to a certain point over there, but it changed to 55. Look at that. Trucks, 3 axles or more. This is a little different than what I was saying. There's part of California that says anything pulling a trailer, so it doesn't matter. If you're pulling a trailer, you're going to be more than 3 axles. Over here, the sign is, it's basically the same, except that the sign here is more than 3 axles. So obviously, if you're a regular pickup truck pulling a trailer, you're going to be more than a 3 axle. See what I was saying right here? Look right here, look. You see this driver? See, I changed it again to 65, look. And then the sign over there talked about people pulling trailers, because it says 3 axles or more. I thought this guy was going to throw his truck on top of mine, and that happened today. I was like, oh man, why was I not recording? Because I was talking about, I was leaving a rest area, hopping on the highway. A mile or two after I was on the highway, this guy came, and I was 70. I was 69, 70. I think it was Arizona. Yet. And I was 69.7, and the limiter was 70. And this guy came, and when he got to my window, it's basically they come up in order to pass you, but when they are cab to cab, when their passenger window is with the driver window on your truck, it seems like they slow down instead of keep going to pass you, and they slow down and stay there beside your window, put their signal as they want to come to your lane, but they don't keep up the speed in order to pass you. They stay the same speed as you and start throwing their trucks on top of yours, forcing you to slow down so they can change lanes and take your spot. This happened today. The guy, I had to go on the shoulder because the guy came with his truck halfway on my lane. He almost hit my truck. I had to slam the hump and wave. Hey, what are you doing? The guy almost, if there was something on the shoulder, there was going to be an accident, because I would have nowhere to go. And I'm like, and then his lane where he's at, you look ahead and you see like 5 miles, 10 miles, nothing in front of him. See, this is how you pass someone. You see this guy passing me? That's how you pass people. See? Turn his signal in case if there was no truck there, and then pass me. Go to my lane. But no, these guys, they come here to your window. It's like they slow down and stay here on your window, put their signal on, and they start throwing the truck on top of you. And then you think this is just, it happened once in a lifetime? No! It happens all day long with different drivers. I know this guy, and it's okay. This guy on the left, once this other truck goes, I think he's going to throw to the right lane. But he sees that everybody's passing him on the right lane. I'm going to let him go. If he does, just go ahead, guy. You see what I mean? They stay there on the left lane forever, even though there's no one on the right lane, until you put your signal to pass them on the right lane. Once you do that, then they put their signal and come to the right lane and cut you off. They don't want to drive, but at the same time, they don't want you to go and pass them either. It's all kind of crap out here, guys. See? he's behaving as a grown man. See, he keeps his speed. He could be a Canadian driver governed to 60 miles anyways. And maybe that's why he's not doing that. But some of them, they see you passing, like me and this guy here, then they speed up not to let you in. No, so that happens a lot as well. So as I was saying, I was thinking about getting a Freightliner because the Freightliner doesn't have these electric and sensor issues as it does, but not as often, as much as the Volvo does. But at the same time, everything else on the Volvo, in my opinion, my own opinion, everything else on the Volvo is night and day difference. Night and day difference. You don't get as tired driving a Volvo as you do driving a Freightliner. Either way, you get tired, obviously, right? But not as much. Comfortability on the Volvos is phenomenal. Oh, and it's not a slow truck either. The Volvos, it's a very fast truck as well. Very strong truck. But I'm gonna try to see if I get a Volvo 2023 or 2024, not the 2026. 2023, 2024, maybe even 2025 if I get approved with little money down because I don't have money. Cummins 15, I think that's what I want if I can find that. Maybe with that I would have less issues with sensors. Recording because the sun is hitting the phone. I'm sure the device is already too hot, and it's hot out here. if I put the AC to blow on the windshield, then I'm gonna feel hot. When it gets closer to my delivery, I start recording again. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe to help the channel. I don't know what I'm gonna do in order to grow my channel because my channel is taking so long. I have no viewers almost, but the ones I have, it makes me happy. So thank you for watching. Y'all have an awesome, beautiful day.